All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving out praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, which today and age people ignorantly call God or Jehovah, Ba'ashem in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Heavenly Son, which today and age people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Heavenly Son, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And Ruach meaning the Holy Spirit, or literally translated the Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yeshurala the Ruel, and salutations to you, Akim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching His word in truth and in sincerity. To you, brothers, I say Shalom. Salakia. This is a Brother Shakal out here from the GMS Chicago camp, coming at you with another lesson. And basically, what I'm going to touch on today is going to be more like an in transit, but I wanted to touch on this video here. Well, let me just play it. Salakia. I don't think it's the sound is not playing for some reason, but I'll just get to it, man. Cause hey, just look up the NSPM7, right? Just look that up, the NSPM7, and basically, what they're trying to do with this is basically they set up a task force to go against anybody speaking against, America's views, governments, and things like that, right? Which includes us. We're for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, like the scriptures say. His kingdom is not of this world, right? So that means that what we're gonna speak is not gonna be according to this world. So it's gonna be contrary to this world. So this shit is gonna target us. Now they say it's they're only gonna go and do something if we get violent and all that, but we know Isa Edom, man, the self-proclaimed white man, he will create a false flag event and try to put us in there, man. And use that as a reason of to come against us. So this shit is amping up, man. Persecution is coming. When you read that NS PM7, it tells you what they're looking for. It tells you, the groups they're gonna target and all of that shit. It points a big finger to us, man. The real men of the Lord, the real Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speak of, that are speaking the truth out here in the streets. Because it talks about that they're gonna target those that speak against traditional American values. It's gonna target those that come against traditional Christianity. It's gonna come against who are against anti-government, and all of that shit is us, man. Why? Because we expose the truth of Christianity and how fake it is, man. We expose how corrupt the government is, man, and they don't like that. We tell you who the true children of Israel are and who right now is the imposter trying to play us. We tell you that the way that America tells you to live life is not the correct way as a man or a woman should live life. So you best believe we're gonna be right there on the top of the list for them to flag us, man. You know, so Esau, he's coming down with that great wrath, man. Jay, like I said, yeah, we on camera, we always say it, we're not gonna take matters into our own hands. We're not gonna go and start rioting and all this other bullshit. But hey, knowing Esau Edom, man, if who he wants to attack is not violent or is not doing anything, that could give him an excuse to come against us, he's gonna create one, man. You see? So this shit, is coming. Just be ready, man. Keep the faith. Keep on doing. Like the birds say, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep the faith. Strengthen your faith and strengthen your mind, because you're about to see. You might see your face on the news labeling you a terrorist, man. Labeling you a wicked person, an evil person. They're gonna paint you as the worst thing out there, man. And if you can't handle being demonized because your mama is over here crying to you, why, son, why are you like this? Your girl or whatever is trying to leave you, then you're gonna fall off when this happens, man. And this is why the Lord constantly tells us to discipline our flesh, to strengthen our mind, to keep the faith, to strengthen our faith, man. Because the times we're coming in, yeah, it's not going to be like 70 AD. The Lord is going to have our back and we're going to get through this shit. But our faith is still going to be tested. How? Wait, only the Lord knows. So we got to be ready for that, man. And if this shit stirs your faith, if this shaking, throws your faith, then I don't know what to tell you, man. They might even come and arrest us. They might not even wait till we camp. They might just come to our homes, come to our job. Are you ready for that? Hey, Lord willing, man. Lord willing, I could say hell yeah, but hey, no, it's different when it's right in your face, man. And may the Lord keep that spirit upon me. And you brothers should be praying for the same thing. So when these things happen, we won't be faced. If anything, we'll rejoice because we know what this means. You see? Like I said, look up the NSPM7 and look up the people they're targeting. Look up all of that, and you're gonna see that it points at us, man. But hey, all of this, like I said, it shouldn't move us. If it does, then you weren't working on your faith, and this is why we gotta work on that now. Before work the works of the Lord, build your faith while it is day. The night cometh when we won't be able to do any of that, man. We got to have the spirit of Paul in these times, man. But let me get this right quick. This is John chapter 16, verse 1. It says, "These things have I spoken unto you, these should not be offended." And the Lord told us about this, man. So he told us what's going to happen. He told us what we need to do and everything we were going to go through. So it won't catch us by surprise. So that we could do the things required and necessary for us to be ready when these things happen, man. The Lord told us that the servant is not greater than his master. That if they persecuted him, they're going to persecute us. So it's going to happen. So hey, expect the worst, hope for the best. Get ready for this shit, because hey, if you're not, you're gonna fold in these times, man. And this is a time where we gotta be the strongest mentally, spiritually, faithfully. Salakia. You know, but let me, I think it's the chapter before that where it says, this is verse 20, John 15 and 20. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. You see, so persecution is coming to us, man. And we have to be ready, man. This is why the Lord said not to get caught up, you know, to discipline our flesh, so we won't want to miss this place. So don't get caught up in anything in this world, so we won't want to stay here and feel, you know, all down and out and sad and be in the wrong spirit when these things happen. You know, so that we may be ready to go through this. You know, so we may not love our lives unto death, man. When we do these things, like the Lord said, hey, that's the spirit we're going to be in. You know? You're going to hate this place. You're going to want to be out of here as soon as possible, man. And when these things like this, articles like this, news like this happen, and when it actually happens, instead of getting sad and all that, we're going to rejoice, man. Okay, because this means salvation. This means we're in the right spirit once they come and start rounding us up, so to speak. Because the scriptures say, Matthew, for the 5th chapter, blessed are you when men shall persecute you for my name's sake. You know, for truth's sake. And it literally says that though, like I said, this is contrary to the ways of this world. And it literally said they're going to flag those that are anti-Christian, modern Christianity, anti-American way of life, and anti-government, so on and so forth. So they're literally going to come after us because we're speaking the truth, which is against this world, man. And that's a good sign. That means we're in the right spirit. That means we're in the right spot. We're doing the right thing. And the Lord will come shortly after. So there is, if we're doing what the Lord told us to do, there is no reason why when we see articles like this, and when this actually happened, no reason why we should be scared. Yeah, the flesh is weak and might get nervous, but it shouldn't be to the point where it overpowers us, it overcomes us, and we start making irrational decisions. You know, decisions that aren't according to the spirit or according to faith. You know? This is John 16 and 2. It says, they shall put you out of the synagogues. Yeah, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth Yahweh's service. And these things will they do unto you because they have not known the Father nor me. Right? So, this is just in the government, you know, this is just the government, right? Then you're also going to have people that listen to the government. You know, people that believe the lies that the government lies on us and want to take matters into their own hands. So that's coming as well. I believe that's in Acts 17, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, this is, I'm going to get to the point, 17 and 6. And when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also. So we're going to look like East is going to make us look like the worst thing possible. And we got to be ready for all that comes with us. People trying to attack us, people, East are trying to lock us up. Hey, families, might be attacked, targeted. Demonization, you're getting a bad name. All of that, man. And we got to be ready for it, man. We got to have that spirit. Like I said, we got to have the spirit of Paul. This is Acts 21 and 13. Then Paul answered, what mean ye to weep and to break mine heart? For I am ready not to be bound only, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, man. So that's the spirit we got to have, man. We got, especially in these times, we got to pray for it. Because like I said, it's easier said than done. And it's different when things are in your face. And at the end of the day, the Lord is in control. So pray to him to keep that, to bless us with a spirit like Paul. And keep us in that spirit. So when these things happen, we would not be phased and have the same energy, so to speak. So that if they do want to persecute us and want to harm us, so be it, man. We're willing to go through that shit, man. Why? For the greater good. What are you gonna do? Fold and trick on the brothers, just so Isa could betray you and still fuck you up? Or not even that. Let's say he doesn't. Just so the Lord could give you something worse than Isa could, man. When we stand for the name of Yahweh Bashmi Hawashai boldly and confidently, we never lose, man, even if we lose, if you understand what I'm saying. The Lord has our back, but when you don't, man, the worst thing will happen, man. That's what the scriptures say, fear not those that can destroy the body, but fear him who can destroy both the body and soul in hell, man. Hell meaning the grave. But point is, the Most High has more power. He can't just. He's not just gonna destroy your body. He could destroy your soul if he wanted to, man. He has the power to touch you in places and ways that Esau can't, man. To destroy you in places and ways that Esau can't. So folding and betraying and letting go of the faith because these are threatening us with jail time or demonization or whatever is not the answer, man. We will have it way worse. So let's keep that in mind and build up the faith so we could be ready. Because it's coming, man. Like I said, don't be surprised. Don't let these people make you feel like you're wicked, man. We're living in the most wicked place upon earth. With the most wickedest people, man. You're gonna let these fucking pork eating, adultery committing, LGBTQ supporting niggas make you feel like you're the bad guy? Get the fuck out of here, man. We know we are the sons of the living power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And this world is full of wickedness, man. So let's start getting our mindset ready, because these are the times that we're in. You know? And some of us might be martyrs, man. Some of us might have to go through torture and whatever the case. You know? It's going to be less of that because it's not 70 AD. You know, but there still might be some that have to go through it, man. And we don't know who that is. So, like I said, it's always good to be in that mindset to expect the worst, but hope for the best. So you could be ready. And if it doesn't happen, call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, for delivering us from such things. But hey, guess what? We will still be ready, even though just like you will still be ready just in case that was the case. Why, you know, the brothers always say we aim to the best of our ability, let's live a stoic life, so that when this shit goes down, we'll be ready to leave it all, man. We'll be disciplined to go through whatever we have to go through and still keep our faith, man, and trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We'll be built up in the faith so much that nothing can move us, man. Like, no, motherfucker, I serve the living power, the creator of heaven and earth, the power that controls your spirit, Esau, other nations, ourselves. You think you're gonna scare me, bitch? You know, that's the spirit we gotta have. And right here, that's what Paul was on, man. He's not ready to just be bound. He was ready to die for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we gotta be the same way, man. This is our heritage. Y'all be seeing the movies where a guy got his whole family, his whole country, kingdom taken over by some evil motherfuckers, and he gets put in jail and outcasted and left out for dead, and then he comes back with revenge. He comes back and takes it all back and builds up his people again. Well, that's us. You want to be the bitch nigga that betrayed, you know, that had the mentality, well, if you can't beat them, join them. Or you want to be the nigga that said, nah, I'm going to stand up for my people. I'm going to stand up for what's right, even if it kills me, man. I'm not going to give in to these motherfuckers. You know, you should desire a glorious death, if that's what needs to happen, man. Because all of this, the NSPM 7, it could lead to all of that. Right now, they'll just say they're going to flag us as long as we don't turn violent and all that. But like I said, Isa is going to come with false flags. You know, and he's going to falsely accuse us so he can have a reason to come and actually touch us, man. It's gonna lead to all of this. Isa might want to torture us. He might want to kill us himself. Try to make us disappear, so to speak. Hey, but we gotta be bold, man. Like I said, the spirit of Paul, the spirit of the 7 brothers in Maccabees. Read that chapter, man. I believe it's chapter 7 or 6. 2nd Maccabees, if I'm not mistaken, chapter 7 or 6. Man, those brothers were bold, man, and they got tortured bad. Yet they didn't curse the Lord. They didn't leave their faith in the Lord. They still kept their faith strong, and that's what we have. That's what we have to be like, man. What was it? I forget his name. Eleazar. In 2nd Maccabees chapter 6. You know, he said, man, he'd rather be, chastened by men, roughly paraphrasing it, for that little while than to be destroyed by the Lord. He'd rather die leaving a good name and to be known as a fucking snake or a traitor, man. We have the Lord on our side, man. What is there to fear? Like the scriptures say, what can mortal man do unto us? That's the only threat Esau has against us, death. But if we have the living power who controls the issues of death, what do we need to fear Esau for, man? He can't do anything. And if he does do something and quote unquote kills us in his eyes, the Lord is gonna bring us back first. So like I said, we win even if we lose. If you understand what I'm saying. So hey, pay attention. This shit is only gonna get worse, and this could be the start of them trying to build a case on. Well, they've been building a case on us, but it could be the start of them actually moving in on us, man. But if you're sincere in this, then we've been knowing this. And we've been waiting. But if you've been fucking around, well then, hey, take this as a sign. Say, hey, come on, stop playing. This shit is serious. This is why the elder Malcolm here in Chicago, he always says, every time he starts a lesson, risk him their freedoms and lives to do so. Because that's literally what we're doing when, as soon as we put our hand on the plow and start preaching this word and doing the work of the Lord, as soon as we do that, we're risking our freedom and lives to do so, man. Because this is against the ways of Esau Edom. Esau hates this. He doesn't want us to know this, to follow this. So he's going to do anything in his power to try to stop this, even if it means to kill us, man. So something that was just in my spirit, I am driving, so I quoted more scriptures than I was able to get. But hopefully you brethren were edified. Hopefully you brethren were motivated. But, let's just keep this in mind, especially now, man, the times that we're in. Because Esau is coming, man. He's coming down with that great wrath. And we got to be built up mentally, spiritually, so we will not fold. And we could encourage this and be happy in these times and rejoice instead of being down and scared and all that, being more tuned with the Spirit, read more, and fast more. I personally got to do that more. The fasting. Be around brethren. Put off the weak nature. Let go of this world. Hey, more and more. Discipline ourselves more and more. So we could have that strong mindset, man. We could have that tunnel vision. And be as Paul, we won't be ready just to be bound, but to die for this, because we understand what this means. We understand that even if something happens to us, hey, our names are going to be written, and we're going to have a glorious death, because we stood on our ground 10 toes down. We understand that this is not going to be forever, and the Lord is going to come right after. As soon as they come, coming against us, it's not going to be too long. It's not too long now. The scriptures say when we see these things, the prophecies, that he is at the doors. So if he's already at the doors, part of the prophecies that we need left is the World War III, which is basically already started. The MOTB, and also the persecution. So once they start doing that, it's a wrap. The Lord is coming, and it's going to be even closer, man. So hopefully, brethren, we're edified, motivated. Just say, let's work even more now. Like the scriptures say, Romans 13 and 11. Now is a high time to wake out of sleep. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. Let us put off the work of darkness and put on the armor of light. So we could be ready, man. So we could be bold. So we could be in the Spirit, and the Lord may be with us. Because doing His will, pleasing Him, the Lord puts His Spirit upon us. He's going to put the Spirit upon us that we're going to need in these times, man. So with that, I'm going to end up by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakagorash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yeshurah that rule well. And salutations to you, Akim, out in the highways and the byways, preaching His word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom and Abba Abba.